Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video. I am wishing all of you a very happy new year. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you were able to relax and enjoy the holidays with your friends and family. And it's an exciting time here as we're beginning 2025. So I wanted to make this video for you to let you know the very most important thing for you to know about this upcoming year. Now, I want to start out by sharing an amazing quote from Barbara Marciniak, and I'm going to share this little slide here. This was a post actually made by the amazing and wonderful Pat McCabe. And so this quote is really, really relevant for us as we're beginning New Year 2025. This quote is actually from 1992. Barbara Marciniak is quite a visionary, and so she has been seeing and holding this energy for us for a long time, and it is becoming just absolutely very, very present in our reality now as we move into this new year, the energy of what she said here. So I will read it in the recording here. This is a vast experiment, and it is with great excitement and great longing that each of you came to participate in it. Have courage. We cannot emphasize this enough. Have courage. Follow your inner guidance and trust yourselves. Call energy into your physical bodies and utilize it. Defy the laws of humanity because that is what you came here to do. You are renegades, and we are renegades as well. You are bushwhacking through consciousness, and you will come to a place where the vistas are grand, and you have completely new options about where to go. Those who are involved with you will discover that they have new options as well. All of the consciousnesses drawn to this planet at this time will begin a spark of evolution that will change the universal structure. Think big, think really big, and go for it. And this is the energy of 2025. There's also a really strong component here that's related to we are each choosing our own reality, and together we are choosing the collective reality. And I know that we're seeing a lot of challenging things happening in the world, of course, right? This is something that's been very present with us really quite strongly ever since 2020. A lot of chaos swirling, a lot of things, and this is ramping and accelerating every year. They're in the external world that are really difficult to see. And we can continue to send light to those situations. We can continue to use our consciousness to help in shifting that, okay, from one perspective. But actually, the most important thing and the most impactful thing that we can do is to start within ourselves and to really work on holding the highest frequency for our own selves in every moment, in every aspect of our life. I do think that our spiritual practices like meditation, like going out and spending time in nature, or for you, it might be yoga, it might be breath work, whatever it is that allows you to reconnect in with the peace and calm at your center becomes even more important in this year, 2025, and also 2026, 2027, as we're moving into this time of very, very rapid evolution. So I'm going to share a different screen here because I want to share with you today a couple of astrology charts from 2025, two key dates in 2025 that also really embody these energies. And I'll say some more words about what these energies are of 2025 that I'm talking about, what is most important for you to know about 2025 as we go. I'm looking at the year ahead. I'm starting to prepare to make my 2025 year ahead forecast. And as I'm doing that, there are certain dates that are just like standing out and shining, like, these dates that are going to be really pivotal, really key and influential for us in the coming year. So I'm going to put up a chart with the first of those dates, and I'll say more about these dates as we go. I do want to take just a moment to introduce myself for anyone watching who may not know me yet. I am Jocelyn Starfeather. I'm the founder of Sacred Planet, and you can learn more about my work here at wearesacredplanet.com. It's WEARE, sacredplanet.com. I will put that link in the description field below. And I invite you to come here and check out my website. If you know me already, or if you don't know me yet, come and check out my website. There's lots of goodies here. If you scroll down on this homepage, you will find free gifts. You will find really cool things to engage with. And if you go to my online courses link here at the top of the page, it will bring you to my online course listings. And I have created so many really powerful courses over the years from my heart and from my soul that you can check out here, such as this one, The Alchemical Art of Mastering Polarity, so relevant for our times right now, Mysteries of Egypt, Miracles, Synchronicity, and Power. And all of these are currently available on a donation basis. And there are more. Keep scrolling because there are lots of really amazing courses on here. And I know you'll find something that you love. So I hope you'll enjoy that. It is available for you to send a donation in the amount that feels right for your heart and soul at this time. So go check those out when you have a chance. Now, I want to go to another page on my website to continue with the themes of 2025. And this is a really important thing for us to keep in mind, that based on the alchemical law of polarities, as one side of a polarity gets stronger, its opposite becomes just as strong. So as the challenges and intensity and shadows in our world escalate, we've got to keep in mind that the difficult things are not the only thing that's happening. At the same time, all the light is breaking through. Our true power, our true magic is coming back. And that's actually the reason for all the intensity. The intensity that we've been feeling in the recent years is our remembrance of our power. It's our remembrance of who we really are coming back. And this is so important to recognize because we don't want to get lost in just thinking about what's going wrong. We want to really stay in touch with all of the opportunities opening up for us at this time. Breakthroughs, up-leveling, new possibilities are becoming just as strongly activated and available to us. And that's what was being referenced in the Barbara Marciniak quote, that when we go into the time that we're moving into now with curiosity, with openness, welcoming the changes, embracing the unknown, then entirely new paths open up for us. It's just incredible what can happen. And I really want you to know, and I've seen this in my life, I've seen this in my clients' lives, that the truth is right now that everything you have dreamed of doing and becoming and creating is actually rushing toward you now because the universe is supporting us in this massive up-leveling of consciousness. The universal impulse is that we are supported. It's like the universe wants us to open to all of our gifts, to open to our joy and our fulfillment, because that's where we can bring our greatest gifts forward and make this change, make this big shift in humanity that is needed at this time. And so then the only question remaining is, are you ready to receive what the universe is trying to send you? The miracles, the breakthroughs, the complete shifts in perspective. And I mean, this is where it can feel difficult, is the universe can be knocking on your door and trying to show you a completely different reality than what you thought was available to you. Because this is really time for a quantum leap this year. And I will say the next 3 years, 2025, 26, and 27, it's time for a quantum leap. It's time for a cosmic timeline shift. This is not a year to stay safe or to stay small. This is a year to take risks. This is a year to know that when we get outside of our comfort zone, we will receive miracles. And this is so much of my mission, is to guide and support all of you, who want the support to truly receive all that is meant for you in this beautiful and precious lifetime. Now, I want to let you know I will have a new program, a new group program opportunity. It's kind of like the next level iteration of the Radical New World Building Group that we had the last 2 years, for those who are familiar with that. It's going to be the next iteration of that, and it's going to be very much about alchemy. And we'll be working with all of these themes that I'm talking about here, and I'll be guiding you in that. Now, I don't have the official announcement ready because I'm still percolating, I'm still putting it all together, but I will announce it around January 17th. So just keep an eye out for that announcement. Now, I want to share with you the alchemical prayer. Okay. And I want to share with you that, this is an extremely alchemical 3 years that we're moving into, because alchemy is the art and science of transformation that allows us to welcome miracles into our life. And alchemy helps us to expand into the bright light of all that you came here to be. And so the alchemical prayer is so important. And so whether you do my program or not, okay, say the alchemical prayer 3 times every day. It's an incredibly powerful prayer to guide you. So here's the alchemical prayer. Now, whenever you say this, I strongly recommend that you turn toward the sun in your location and put your hands up so that your palms are open to the sun and your heart is also being opened to the sun. This is a gesture of receiving. And so the alchemical prayer is, Dear universe, please send me all of the things that I need and most deeply desire that I do not even yet know are possible. And you can just ask my clients, the people who've been in my groups who have worked with this prayer. This prayer brings absolute miracles into your life. And this is the energy that we really want to lean into in 2025. This is about you becoming your most extraordinary self in the next 3 years. And that does require you to get out of your comfort zone. But I really want you to know that when we get out of our comfort zones, we then open ourselves up to receive so much more, to take that quantum leap, to actually emerge on the other side of that kind of scary jump that we have to take in a completely new place of confidence and clarity and joy and fulfillment. That is the portal that is 2025, that is opening up for us now. So I want to invite you into that. I also want to say we are moving into the future so strongly, and I'm going to show you this chart next. Let's start talking about this, because this is about the future. So this is one of the 2 really, really big transits I want to tell you about in 2025. This one is on April 22nd. I've just set it to 12 noon New York time in this chart. And in this chart, we have a lot of energy in Pisces here. But in particular, we have the North Node at 26 degrees of Pisces, conjunct with the planet Venus, 26 degrees, and the planet Saturn, 26 degrees Pisces. Now, let me just first make a note about the North Node in Pisces. The North Node for the last year and a half, previous to January 2025, has been moving through Aries, and the North Node moves backwards through the signs. So the North Node in January, a little later this month, is going to shift from Aries into Pisces and begin making its way through Pisces. So as the North Node moves into Pisces, what does this mean for us? Well, the North Node is our future. It is the future that our souls are pulling us toward. So it's like, this is the true destiny. This is the true highest calling. This is us coming into our highest iteration of who we're meant to be. That is what the North Node always represents. And as the North Node will be moving into Pisces and moving through this sign for the next year and a half, starting in January 2025, this is a call into the multi-dimensions. Okay, Pisces is the realms beyond. And Pisces includes all that which we cannot see, which is actually 95% of our reality that we experience. Okay. What we cannot see is actually 95% of our reality. What we can see with our human eyes is quite limited. It's only about 5% of what's actually going on all around us. And so Pisces points us to that 95% that we cannot see. So this is the shamanic realms. This is the liminal and the numinous realms. This is the forces, the spirits, the guides, all that is gathering around us, the cosmic energies, the potentials, our dreams, our visions of the future. All of this is opening up to us in a very new way. So as the North Node moves through Pisces for the next year and a half, we are going to have absolutely heightened intuitive abilities, heightened psychic abilities. Our dreams and visions are going to be off the charts. And we'll be able to more and more see the future and live in that new desired future that is very connected with all of the multidimensional realms of reality. So we take this North Node in Pisces and we have a conjunction on this day with Venus, the great goddess, the sacred feminine, beauty, ease, grace, good fortune, and financial resources as well included here with the archetype of Venus. And Saturn, how are we building it? What is the structure? What is the solid foundation for this future that we can lay? So these three planets together coming to a conjunction on April 22nd are about how we are building this new multidimensional future that is very much in tune with our intuition and our psychic abilities and our ability to work with and perceive and communicate with the unseen realms, as our ancestors and the indigenous people around the world have been doing the whole time, and as most of us are remembering now, right? Coming back into alignment with the sacred and that which is unseen, but very, very present and important to us. And how are we building that future, right? What structures are we creating to really solidify that future? This grounding influence of Saturn here is just amazing to build, to solidify, to make stable this vibrant, multi-dimensional new future with the Venusian blessings of ease and grace and beauty in our lives. I mean, this is an incredible transit. We have so many planets that are going to be moving through Pisces all throughout March, even February, March, and April. But this is kind of the culmination moment of all of those, this beautiful conjunction of Venus and Saturn with the North Node. My group will be in Egypt at this time, and there's a reason that we are planning to be in Egypt for this April transit, because it is such a powerful and magical moment, really opening us to our magic and our power. So this is an important day. Now, as we're talking about the North Node and the future, our true, destined, highest frequency future, what we came here to do, we really want to be aware to release and just let go of. And this is not about doing a long, drawn out healing, releasing thing. This is about just putting down anything from the past that's been holding you back. You know, there's an interesting dynamic coming in 2025, also 26 and 27, that's about we don't have to spend years or decades on healing work anymore. We can just put it down and move forward, because the forward impetus here, the forward motion that the universe is calling us to into the future is just so strong that all the pain, the trauma, the woundings that maybe we've been struggling with for a long time, there's a very magical, a very alchemical invitation to like just put it down. You do not have to carry that anymore. And I invite you to really bring that into your New Year's intentions and to the way you're working with the energies starting early on this year. Whatever those things are from the past that you felt like you've been attached to, or they've been attached to you, and you're ready to be done with it, just be done. Just choose it, because remember, you create your own reality. Just put it down. The past is done. Allow the universe to guide you on a leap into the future. And this is very real. We don't have to continue spinning in those cycles. We don't have to do more and more past life regressions. We don't have to explore all the trauma of our past generations anymore. The call is to the future. So really embrace that. There's also really a call here as we're moving into such a future-oriented time to go toward your joy, go toward your passion, go toward what you love, what lights you up, and really go for it, right? Don't kind of keep one foot in the old and put a little toe into the new and hope that that'll be enough. This is a time to go for it. Remember, this is time for a quantum leap. So this may be about finally just saying, you know what, I'm done with this old job. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm leaving, I'm leaving this old structure of my life behind. Um, and that can feel really scary, but also it's so liberating. It's so powerfully liberating to make that choice for yourself, and you will find a way. You will find a way. So I invite you to journal on this, to ask yourself this question. And this is actually a question from Uranus. Uranus is here at 25 degrees of Taurus with a very strong influence again this year. Um, Uranus asks us, what is the radical act of change in my life that would shift everything and that would bring me into joy and liberation and freedom? Really ask yourself that question, focused on the future, focused on your true destiny and what you know you really came here to do. This is truly a year to become our best selves, to become the most extraordinary version of ourselves. So I can't emphasize that enough. So let's look at the other incredible transit that I wanted to highlight for you. This one really stood out to me in the transits as I'm looking at the year ahead. There are these incredibly powerful things happening on this day. Now, this day just happens to be my birthday, August 11th, but that's actually not why I picked this day. Wait till you see what's happening here astrologically. So we are going to have throughout 2025 and even all the way through into 2028, trines between Pluto in Aquarius. In this chart, he's at 2 degrees of Aquarius, and Uranus at 1 degree of Gemini. And take a little drink. Now, these trines between Pluto and Aquarius are going to be a very, very strong and intense energy. This is Pluto, who helps us to let the old die and helps us with birthing what is new. Working with Uranus, okay, the planet that stands for our freedom and liberation, and will bring surprises and unexpected events to help us become liberated. Now, as always, when I'm sharing about the planets, I want to be really clear to let you know that these planets are all working in our favor. They are all working on creating something that will benefit us and all beings everywhere. This is not only about humans, this is about benefiting all beings everywhere, but including us, including humans, and including life on Earth. And so these planets are working to help us, okay? The help can be intense sometimes when deep change is needed, and that's what we're experiencing in our world right now. So these two, Pluto and Uranus, in this chart are in a trine to one another. A trine is a harmonic aspect. A trine is these two planets working harmoniously with one another to accomplish their goals, okay, to accomplish what they want to see happen in the universe and in the world. And so with these two coming together, this is absolutely about rapid evolutionary changes. This is also about coming back into connection with our true and deep power that we hold within. And this is just so important for us to remember. These two planets coming together is about our power and our liberation. Liberation from the old, liberation from where we felt small and stuck and unsure and unconfident, etc. Liberation from all of that. This is signifying a quantum leap, and it is a harmonious energy, this trine. Now, not only that, but we actually have a grand air trine here because we've also got Mars at 2 degrees of Libra. So Mars is coming in and just illuminating, lighting up these energies. Mars here is moving pretty quickly by this point in August. He's been out of retrograde for quite a few months at this point, and he's coming to 2 degrees of Libra to light up this grand air trine. So a grand trine is a very favorable aspect in our skies. It is the universe smiling at us. It is how we are being held and guided on the path. And in this case, it is with 3 very catalyzing planets. Mars, the sacred masculine, who helps us to take action for our desired future, who helps us to remember our courage, our boldness, our bravery, and helps us to step out on a new path. And Pluto and Uranus, I already mentioned what they're about. So when all these energies come through and come forward, this is going to be a really powerful time of moving forward in a new and freedom-filled and powerful way. Not only that, this is just an incredible chart. Not only that, but also we have Saturn and Neptune at 1 degree of Aries. Now, Saturn and Neptune are having their exact conjunction, where they will both be at the exact same degrees and minutes in February 2026. Okay, but at this moment, they are really close to a conjunction because Neptune is at 1 degree and 48 minutes of Aries, and Saturn's at 1 degree and 13 minutes of Aries. So that's pretty close, but it's not exact. This conjunction between Saturn and Neptune is really bringing in a whole new order to our world. This is revolutionary changes to our financial system. This is revolutionary changes to our educational systems, to our spiritual traditions, to our belief systems. I mean, this is wide and sweeping radical change in our world. And when these two are so close together here, we're going to be feeling that very strongly. As I mentioned, the exact Saturn-Neptune conjunction is not till February 2026. But at this moment in time, we're going to get a really good preview of what this energy is about. And the beautiful thing here is that this Saturn-Neptune conjunction is in a sextile to Uranus, that's favorable, and a sextile to Pluto. These are the 4 outer planets, all right? Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are the 4 outer planets in our solar system. And in this chart, you can see they have all just recently, within the last year of this date, moved into their new signs. Pluto into Aquarius, Saturn and Neptune into Aries, Uranus into Gemini. This is part of the reason that our world is shifting so quickly on such an accelerated manner. And this is also part of the reason why so much magic and possibility is opening up to us, like beyond belief, because this is an unprecedented event for, first of all 4 outer planets to be moving into new signs. I heard Rick Levine say that this hasn't happened in over 10,000 years, that all 4 of those have moved into new signs in the same year. It's just incredible. And not only that, but they are in harmonic alignment with each other. They're not in random places all around the zodiac. These 2, Saturn and Neptune, are conjunct, and all of them are in trines and sextiles to one another. It's just incredible. And then Mars comes in and illuminates this whole world shifting alignment that we've got going on over here with the outer planets. So this is really big. This is really big energies at this time. And so we've got to keep in mind that this is very powerful, very magical. It can also feel really intense. There can also be challenging things happening when transits like this are occurring, because our world needs to be shifted. We are currently on a human trajectory that is not sustainable, that is not in alignment with the sacredness of life and the sacredness of the world around us. And the planets are helping us to come back on track with what is actually true. And so this transit may feel difficult for some. It may feel absolutely illuminated and all in the light for others. And I want to really encourage you, again, to lean into the highest frequency energies all throughout this year, because much of what we receive from this transit will be what we're amplifying in our own world. okay, leading up to this transit. So remember, you are so powerful. You get to choose. You get to design it, your life, your thoughts, your belief systems, the way that you choose to look at things, the perspective that you bring. You get to choose, right? So I invite you to choose really powerfully. I invite you to choose really high frequency for yourself because there are absolute just breakthroughs and miracles that can come through in your life this year with these energies, with these super powerful, liberating, freedom filled, new world building energies that we get to work with. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And we want to be very aware to not get caught up in other people's energies or maybe in the energy of what we're hearing on the nightly news, but instead to come back to our own energy, to come back to our own true blueprint, to come back to our own peace and calm at the center, and to live from there. And it will be absolutely magical, absolutely incredible. Now, there's one more thing about this chart that is like beyond belief, and it is so beautiful. And it is a really soothing and gentle and nurturing energy. And it's just showing us how supported we are. So here, look at this. We have a Venus and Jupiter conjunction at 13 degrees of Cancer. This is incredible because do you know what else is at 13 degrees of Cancer? The fixed star Sirius is here at 13 degrees of Cancer. Sirius is the great goddess Isis in the ancient Egyptian mythology, this beautiful, brightly flashing star representing the great goddess Isis. And in this chart, she is highlighted by Venus and Jupiter, the two greater benefics of all the planets that bring us the most beauty and joy and optimism and expansion and abundance and all blessings. These two planets right here. When these planets come together, it's a very fortuitous event. And so they're coming together not only with each other, but they're coming together in a conjunction with the star Sirius. Not only that, okay, but this is at the Lionsgate time. The Lionsgate, which happens in late July and early August every year, is celebrated as or was celebrated in ancient Egypt as the beginning of the new year, because it is the time that the star Sirius would rise just before the sun at dawn. And that is called, in scientific terms, the heliacal rising of Sirius. So the heliacal rising of Sirius is what we today call the Lion's Gate. It has been celebrated throughout ancient history as an absolutely, critical day, a marker of the goddess returning to the land, bringing her life force back to the land. We want to remember that in ancient times, this was the end of the drought season, the beginning of the flood season. And so when the goddess Isis returned in the sky, becoming visible just before the sun at sunrise, every year at this time, the floodwaters would return and life would come back to the land in Egypt after a long time of drought. So it was the goddess bringing her blessings back to the land. So at that same moment, we have Venus and Jupiter conjunct Sirius. So what this means is, normally at the heliacal rising of Sirius in, generally early August each year, you could go out at sunrise and you could watch the beautiful sparkling star Sirius rise just before the sun. This year, you will be able to go out in early August and see not only Sirius rising just before the sun, but Sirius conjunct with Venus and Jupiter, all three of them. And these are the brightest lights in our sky, okay? Jupiter and Venus are the brightest planets in our sky, and Sirius is the brightest star in our sky. All three of them shining together in the dawn light just before the sun comes up. This is going to be a spectacle that will be well worth getting up early to see in those early days of August. How incredible that all of this is coinciding at the same time. Now, I always see the great goddess Isis as this beautiful mothering energy and very magical and mystical energy. And she has these beautiful rainbow wings that she outstretches and she wraps around us to let us know that we are safe and protected, that she is caring for us, that she is nurturing us. And the sign of Cancer also represents care and comfort and nurturing. And so this energy of the Venus and Jupiter conjunction with Sirius on this day and in the days leading up to this date is just incredibly comforting, nurturing, holding you, letting you know that you're safe, letting you know that you are protected and loved and cared for. And this is just incredible in alignment with the really big, new world building energies that are coming through from the outer planets, right? We are so guided. We are so very held and protected. And I really want you to anchor into that knowing all throughout this year. And I invite you to step out of your comfort zone this year in 2025, step into your most extraordinary self. Whatever limitations are still left. I mean, we've done a lot of clearing in the last few years, right? We've gotten a lot of training and letting the old things go. But whatever there might be left, that you still need to just put it down and move on. Do it now. Let it go now. And move into this incredible forward energy of 2025, this incredible future oriented, true highest destiny oriented energy of 2025. And know that you are held, you are loved, you are nurtured, and you are everything that you are meant to be. So these are the most important energetics of 2025 that I wanted you to know about, along with these two incredible transits that are just going to be so beautiful, so powerful. And I would love to hear in the comments below, what do you think about all of this? How is it resonating for you? Definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I would love for you to like this video if it was moving for you, if you enjoyed it. So thank you all so much. I'm sending you so much love for this powerful new year that we're coming into. And I will see you again soon. Mwah. Bye for now.